This one is dedicated to a woman everybody knows nowadays, but back then no one knew her. In the 80s there was a really bad recession on, and this woman, everyone could go to her for some like love and encouragement or just to kick up the arse. And now she's a household name, and the woman back then was called Lily Savage, and this one is dedicated to Lily. It's called Lill. Down on the dock road, she's a regular sight, touting for punters beneath the street lights. With a bow-legged walk, she's not much of a looker. For the last 40 years, she's been a street corner hooker. She had varicose veins that really looked shocking, so she coloured them in to look like fishnet stockings. She walked the streets for so long, she had a weather-beaten face, but if you had the money, then she had the place. Through a hole in the fence lay a dingy old shed with a stained mattress inside on a clapped-out camp bed. The punters who saw it thought only one thing: how many others had christened it Springs, because Lill would take credit from the regulars who couldn't pay and just wait down the post office for their gyro day. She knew every punter in town and the tricks that they liked. The other girls on the game came to Lill for advice, to discuss going rate or to stop for a natter. She was like an old mother hen to them girls on the batter. Even the police looked on Lill as a local institution from the time she'd been fined for committing prostitution. She'd been arrested so often she felt at home in a cell. She treated the Bridewell like a private motel. She'd been in court so many times she knew all about the law. She could have been a barrister if she hadn't been a whore. But the streets paid better and she preferred her on the game because she would do anything for money. For Lill she had no shame. But due to the long hours that she worked, most of them spent on the floor, had given Lill lumbago and she couldn't take much more. She had to go to the doctor due to the constant pain, but when she went back on the street, things just weren't the same as she tried to flag down punters from behind the Zimmer frame. So she jacked it all in for a while, but that didn't last too long. For those streets, they're like a magnet and the pull is just too strong. Now I've heard a funny rumour that Lill is back down there, this time chasing after punters in a new souped up wheelchair. Now if you ever go down the dock road, please keep an eye out for Lill, because if you've never noticed her before, then now perhaps you will.